Hey, lovelies. I'm not going to be on here long, I promise. I'm really not. I want to give you some tools to work with. I just finished teaching on Instagram. We just got our cardio on. I had some tucks on, but I think I sweated them pretty much off. So anyway, I have to share something with you. Thank you for coming in to Be So Light. Please hit that like button and subscribe. And thank you for your support. Thank you for being a part of the Be So Light tribe. Okay. Are you ready? Because I really think it's all going to get so much better. But we just got to get a little bit more deeper into stuff. Okay. Here's the deal. After I came back from Shasta, I noticed something. And it was a energy of being when you go up to the mountain, when you go up to Shasta, okay, it's very multidimensional. Let me just tell you that right there. If you've never been, it is one of the sacred places that you can travel in the world. The Shasta is very dimensional. And I remember when I was doing the drum the first time around, and I was on that large rock that I was telling you about that I was on. And when the wind stopped blowing, remember that, because when I'm doing the drum, I'm in that space. I'm in that zone. I'm in that zone. And I just remember this energy, like what happened to me when I was playing the drum by the water in Santa Cruz, and I was on the rock. And the same thing happened. This energy came up through the sole of my feet and went all the way through me and then dispersed out and then came back down and then went throughout the heart. And I carried that with me for several days when that effect hits me. And right now, we are in a very intense amount of energy that's hitting the earth right now. And it's a light that's coming in to really wake you up and to activate you for your higher self in a way that you never felt before, and knowing in a way that you never felt before. So this is happening on many, many levels, how it's coming in. And I felt it today because I've been in here packing up stuff and doing my thing and trying to make sense of everything and packing things. But Spirit told me, I need you to stop and I need you to go outside and take a little walk around, go down to the pond. And I said, it's hot outside. Stop doing what you're doing and go outside and go to the pond. I said, all right, fine, I'll go outside and go to the pond. I'm never going to win the arguments with Spirit, so I might well just know that. But I always think I can negotiate. It's just a game I do. So I walk out, and I'm feeling the energy, and I'm hearing these waves and this vibration, and I'm feeling it at the same time. And I'm like, well, this feels really different. This feels really intense. This feels really right here. And so I walk down as I'm coming around the curve. I swear, I felt myself separate and saw a biker, someone on the bike, coming straight towards me. And I needed to step off to the side some, even though I was on the right side. He was on the wrong side. He was going to hit me with his bike because he's not thinking. And then I felt myself come back and I said, I need to move over. Soon as I moved over and came around the corner, here he comes barreling down. I'm on the walking side and he's on the wrong side. And if I would have been just right, he would have just bam hit me because he was coming on the wrong side. I was walking on the walking side. And I said, wow, I literally separated, went ahead, saw something, came back, moved over to the side, and boom, there he was. And I did not hear him coming towards me. That was the thing. I didn't hear him coming because it was so fast. It was so quick. I said, oh, wow, this is really starting to get intense now. So the reason why I bring this up is because the amount of energy that we have sustained from the last 3 eclipses and the last planet alignments, right now, all the planets are on one side of the sun, where the sun is right here and everything is moved over here. And there's no other planets hanging out over on this side. It's the weirdest thing. So this is that alignment that we go through every year for the Lion's Gate, this alignment that happens. And this energy is going to keep accelerating from the 26th up to the 8th. So this is a really special time to really get to know who you are. This is a really special time to let go of your anger, your fear, your doubt, your hesitations, your second guessings. Let go of that stuff from the past. I am not kidding you. This is stuff that is coming up and bubbling up in a lot of different ways, and it's showing itself and it's interacting with us to bring it to the surface so that we can honor it and let it go. And you have to honor it and let it go. So right now, because the energy is so high, guess what it's going to do? It's going to emphasize, it's going to increase the energy feeling around whatever needs to come up and needs to be talked about. I am not kidding when I say, if you have an opportunity to apologize for something to someone, to do the forgiveness work, now's the time to do it. Because as we keep accelerating, you keep holding on to it, it's going to keep showing up in your body as a physical dis-ease, as a physical ailment, until you face it and move through it and pass through it. There are so many people still hanging on to stuff from the past. There's so many people still hanging on to what happened in a past relationship. What happened when someone passed away? Okay, you've had time. You need to just process this part and honor it and help yourself move forward so that you can let go of that part. Because as you keep it, it's going to keep accelerating. It's going to keep amplifying itself. So that was one of the messages I was getting when I was standing at the pond. And I kept looking at 2 things that were happening about water. Water is emotions. Water is emotional stuff. And I was looking at my own self saying, okay, what have I been emotional about? Well, I'm emotional about, I have emotions about, okay, I'm trying to get into this one apartment that I really want to get into and I really, really like it. And I can't go tour it because of this whole virus thing. I can't go tour it. And it frustrates me. And this is the thing. A lot of us light workers who know code, who know what's going on, who understand when you start connecting the dots of what's really happening on this planet, energetic wise, the air wise, what's happening, sun and radiational wise. You're really looking at all of this and you're putting things together and you're correlating it. And here's the thing. When you're looking at all of this and you're putting the dots and you're connecting the dots and you're saying to yourself, okay, what's really happening here? What's really causing a problem? What's really bringing things up for me? It gives you a chance to review it and go a little bit deeper and look at that. And the earth is just really taking on a lot of heat right now. Here's one thing that you can do is take a picture of the sun. Take a picture in the morning, then wait and take a picture like midday of the sun. And when you do, take a look at it and watch and see what you see, what's happening. Because you will see a lot of flares and spikes coming off of the sun. That is really eye-catching when you see it in the photo. And it almost kind of looks like a spider with its legs, the way it's coming off. So I find that very interesting when I look at the sun, and I make sure to take pictures of the sun throughout the week so I can see what's spiking on it, what are some of the color rays that are coming towards us, and if there's some big solar flares that's happening, how it's going to affect people, what's going to be happening. So I look at all of that. So one of the things I want to share with everyone is I was watching a video and I just forgot his name. He was up in Shasta. I think he was up in Shasta. What was his name? And believe it or not, I came across his book in one of the shops, and she said he was just in here the other day, and I said, "Shut up!" But I totally missed. God, what was his name? I can't even remember the guy's name. Darn! I just went blank. I can't remember his name. All right. But anyway, I was watching his video and I thought it was really interesting because he was talking about Talos. He was talking about the fifth dimension energy of Shasta. And the person he was interviewing, Q, had this message and he was talking about you can command your life force. And one of the things I wrote down, and I thought this was so cool, is because I command my spirit to increase my life force energy around me. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. And I thought that was really interesting when he said that. You can command that. And you can command a lot of things of yourself, but this is just another one of those energetic things that you can do to allow yourself to expand in your energy and allow yourself to be able to take certain energies that might be bombarding you right now and say, I am done with this energy, and bring acknowledgement and cut literally the hooks and cords and release it and be done with it. That's one of the main things that we should really be working on when we go inward and we do that inward work and we're trying to get that energy out, get it out, because you don't need it to be sitting upon you and causing you physical body harm. One of the videos I did is your job killing you? And I got a good response off of that one. And a couple of my other videos, people are gravitating to, but you know me, I just come on and I just give the message. So one of the things I always want people to look at is stop sacrificing yourself, and your body is paying the price. You only have one body. And if something is not in harmony with you, you have to make that decision to get out of it. because it's not going to be a balancing energy for you to stay in that could wreak harm for you. And a lot of people will say, well, Felicia, that's easy for you to say because, you probably don't have this and da 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 da. I got kids and I got bills to pay and I got a house and da da da. I know that and I hear your heart. But none of that's going to matter if you're 6 feet in. Okay? If you're 6 feet in the ground. This is your time to reevaluate how you really want to live your life and what is important to you. And how are you still sacrificing yourself doing something that is harmful for you in your body? So this is that review time. So once again, I command my spirit to increase my life force energy around me. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Activate. I like that. I like that feeling. So I want you to use that and really, really get into your water. Get into your water. Get your water. Start putting different, if you feel called to use Reiki symbols on your water, put Reiki symbols on it. If you feel called to set your water onto a nice crystal slate to charge it, please start doing that. Water is essential right now for what we're getting ready to enter into, what we're already entering into. Water is essential right now. I can't stress this enough. And I really got this message about the water is like your charge, your ion charges for your plasma, for your blood, for your brain, for your eyes, for your ears, for your heart, for your lungs, for everything. And water is your key to your lungs because we're doing this. Remember, 2,500 gallons of air is what we use every day. So water, you have to have it because if not, some of the signs you're going to experience, it's going to be when you lay down to go to sleep, you're going to feel dry. Your mouth is going to feel dry. Your eyes are going to feel dry. Your skin is going to feel dry. Your throat will feel dry. You feel dry. Even if you get a tickle in your throat and there's a dry, hacky cough, you need moisture. You need some water. If you're feeling kind of discombobulated and not aware and you're feeling kind of unclear in the head, please drink your water. Give thanks for this living being that nourishes your body. Give thanks for the nourishment of this so that you can have that. I have no problem getting Voss, get the water, drink it, and use the glass and put my sayings on it, my symbols on it, and then I'm drinking it. I put my frequencies on it. I put things on there. So let me give you some frequency, and I'm going to come back tomorrow and do some teachings on some spiral light things. And maybe I will do some light language. Anyway. Okay, so let me first give one. I'm going to go to one just for a special somebody. You know who you are. You know what I'm about to do, what I'm about to say. So let me give you this. And this is only if you want to use it. It's just a frequency. Everything's frequency. So, okay. Kidney stones, frequency So you get to pick and see which one of these light code frequencies will work for your body. Here's the first one: 444, 727, 787, 880, 10,000, 6,000, 3,000, 3.5, 1552. Okay? Take a gander at that. I'll repeat it once again. 444, 727, 787, 880, 10,000, 6,000, 3,000, 3.5, 1552. Okay? Just so you can get that moving. And then to move things along, you want 2, 2, 2, 2. That's 4 twos. 2, 2, 2, 2. Okay. Let's take a look at, I've been getting some people saying that they're having problems sleeping. And here's one. Let's just go ahead and do this one right now. Boosting the immune system. So your immune system builder is going to be 747, 2720, 2128, 1488, 880, 787. Let's just go with that many. Okay, that's to boost your immune system. If you are having problems sleeping, because that's coming, it's already here. So sleeping, you're going to feel either you can't get enough sleep or you're sleeping a lot, which hence is the word, I need you to drink that water, get that water going. Okay. So let's look at insomnia. See if it's in here. Oh, it is. There it is. Okay. So insomnia, and believe it or not, it's associated with parasite. Interesting. If it keeps you awake. Well, yeah, because most parasites are active at nighttime when you try to go to sleep. So at nighttime is when things start bubbling, gurgling, hacking, coughing, irritation, itchiness of skin, sometimes detoxing the body, you start sweating, because parasites stir up all of that stuff with their toxicity and what they're spewing out into your system. So two plants that are really good for dealing with the parasites, actually three of them. Neem tea, neem, Neem, is very good for that. Pardiarca is very good for that. And then there's cat's claw, which is Una de Gata. Una de Gata is very good for that because it gets into your tissue, your mucosal lining, everything, and starts healing it. Una de Gata is the Amazon Peru type of plant that is so sacred in a way that it heals the body. When it's harvest, the medicine of the native people, when they harvest it, they actually sing to the tree collecting the bark. And when they collect the bark, that's how that medicine is put into that. And they sing to it. And then they boil that bark and make this amber color like tea that comes off of it. And when you drink that medicine of them singing to it, putting it together, preparing it, and when you drink it, you're taking all of that in. You're taking all that. I still remember to this day, the day I met the lady in downtown Auburn. She's not there no more. This has been like over almost 20 years ago. And I've told this story before I'll share it real quick. I got a flu shot because you had to have your flu shot when you are working in the hospitals. So I took my flu shot. Every time I take my flu shot, I would get sick, really, really sick. I would have respiratory stuff, bronchitis. I would have pneumonia. All kind of stuff was happening to me. I stayed sick like for 6 to 7 months after I got a flu shot. And one day a doctor figured it out. I was allergic to it and told me, you can't get this anymore. You're highly allergic to this. So I got a flu shot, and this before I found out I was allergic to it and stuff. And I remember I was with my friends, and I had gotten a fever, and I wasn't feeling good. I've never felt like this before from a flu shot. I got a fever. I was kind of slow. I was feeling like I just had gotten a really bad case of the flu. And so I go with my friends, and we stop into this little shop, and this lady had this shop from Peru, and she would go to Peru and do a lot of getting a lot of different things from Peru and then bringing it down and selling it in her shop. And one of the things that she made sure that she would bring back was una de gata, which is cat's claw. And it was these long strips of bark that she would have in a bag, and she was selling it. She was selling it like I think she was selling it like $12 or $15 a bag with this bark. And she says this bag of bark of herbal plants should last you for almost a year because you don't need a lot of it to make the medicine. So I just remember when I went in there, and being the wise woman that she was, she looked at me, she saw me, and she says, "You're not feeling well." I go, "No, I had to take a flu shot because I work in the hospital, and I work in med surg, and I had to get a flu shot, but I don't know what's wrong with me. I've never had such a feeling like this." And she says, "Come with me." And I went with her towards the back, and she had this crock pot of these beautiful shredded amount of bark floating around in it. And I'm like, ooh, what is this? And I remember when she took the lid off, there was this steam that came off, and it made a sound. I went, and I was like, what's this? My whole body, my whole spirit just went, what's this? And she got a mug, and she took like this ladle, and she poured the tea into it. She just scooped it out of the crock pot, and it was a really pretty amber color. It was really, really pretty. And it didn't have a smell to it. And she gave it to me, and she says, "This is a sacred plant from Peru. This is a sacred plant that's harvested by the people. And when they harvest it, they sing to it. And when they sing to this plant, that singing, that medicine, and when they harvest, una de gata is in that. And because you're not feeling well, I want you to drink this. This is going to help heal you." And I said, wow, okay. So I took the tea and I sipped it. And she says, "Take your time with it, and you're going to feel so much better." And I drank it slowly, drank it, and I literally could feel the vibration of it going through my body, and I felt the energy of it. And I was just like, whoa, what is this? And I just felt it going through my body, and I literally felt it attacking the shot. What I got the flu shot, I literally felt it, and it just started cutting it. And then all of a sudden, my fever started going down. I stopped having the sweating. My alertness came back. I felt more alert, and my breathing was good. I was like, wow. And she says, "This is una de gata. This is cat's claw." And she opens up a drawer, and she gives me a bag, and she goes, "Here, want you to have this. I want you to brew your own tea up. And she looks at me. It's kind of funny how she does it. She looks at me and she goes, you're an old soul. You know exactly what to do. I go, well, what do I do? So I finished the tea. We must have been in her shop for maybe about 30, 45 minutes. After that, I could feel my fever was gone. I felt better. I felt, whoa, I don't feel that dizziness, that malaise going on. My head was, I felt so much better. And then it kept going. And then the next day I had energy and I felt energetic and I just felt so much better. And so she told me before I left the shop, she says, people who have taken this plant, this Una de Gata, this cat's claw, especially one friend of hers that had taken it for a long period of time and had a history of cancer and all of this thing with this. This was her story. I'm not a doctor or anything with this, but this is a story she was telling me. When they did the autopsies, the doctors were impressed because this person had drank this tea every single day and did not die from the diagnosis of the cancer, died from other terms of something natural that happened. And when they did the autopsy, the plant color of the Una de Gata, that amber color, was interlaced throughout the whole digestive tract. It literally had that ambery color, but there was no abnormal tissues anywhere in that digestive tract, in that part of the body at all, of what this person was dealing with. And that's the story she told me about it with that plant. And so ever since I learned about Una de Gata and learned about the cat's claw, that the way that plant works, I talk about that story because it was a life changer for me, you know. So frequency is everything. Plants and your water. I can't stress it enough. This weekend, if you're living in California, if you're living in Washington, Oregon area, especially California, it's going to get ridiculous. Okay? It really is. Because after walking out today and feeling it and hearing the messages that I was hearing, water is going to be the key to keeping this respiration strong. Thyroid needs to be nourished. Eyes, everything. You have to step it up. We're in that energy of all of that. So you have to step it up now. So I wanted to come on and give you some frequencies for that. And a frequency, let me see if this book has something that supports for UV radiation, too much microwave. I'll give you that info so that you can write it down. Oh, it does. Okay. So the frequency numbers for radiation is going to be 727, 787, 880, 10,000. Okay. 727. That's one set of numbers. 787, 880, 10,000. All right. So try work with that. I'm going to give you guys another one. Let's do one for support for thyroid. So if your thyroid is low and you keep feeling like a little bit of like swelling in the thyroid area going on, let's look at a frequency for this one. And remember, you can use these frequencies and write it on a glass with a Sharpie and circle it, tap it 3 times, and that water will read the frequency of that. Okay. Okay, so where are you? Okay, thymus. So I gotta go under a different thing. So let's do hypothyroidism. Let's do that. Jabam, here it is. Hypothyroidism. Okay, that simply means when the thyroid is working at a lower pace, where it's not working at the par, it's not secreting enough thyroxine to help kick in your metabolism, slows things down, and you feel tired, sleepy, gaining weight, always feel like your throat feels a little enlarged or tender sometimes. That's thyroid. A change in voice up and down. Um, Loss of hair. That will be thyroid, hypothyroidism. Okay, so the frequency codes for this one, you can try either 16,000 or 10,000 or 160. Okay, so 16,000 frequency or 10,000 frequency or 160. And once again, you're going to write that on a glass, circle it, and let your water do the work for you. Okay, that's all I want to give you for now so that everyone can work on that. Tomorrow, I will be on. We will do some work on healing and letting go of those things that you need to let go of that are coming up. It's going to get intensified. Okay, so start writing things out, start taking those medicine baths, and start going within and start looking at why are you still holding on to stuff? How is it serving you? Okay. All right. I love all of you. Be good to yourselves. Be so light. Sleep good tonight. Drink your water. And I'll see you tomorrow. All right. Be good to yourself. Much love. Take your medicine bath. Just do it. Get in a bathtub. Get in that water. All right. Much love. Bye.